curious learners, welcome back to your reasoning book grade 8 and it's time to ignite your brain with chapter number 6 today, that's coding decoding. Can you tell me why we study coding decoding? Yes, it helps us to develop secure cryptographical codes and even it helps in data sciences and help you to understand the concept and logic. It helps programmers to design effective algorithms. So, are you ready to learn the logic that runs and understand the concept of coding decoding? So, here Chirag has reached the final level of decoding and Baron is encouraging him. And once he got the paper, they are ready to decode. So here decoding is of little higher level, but they are not giving up. They are putting their efforts and they'll definitely crack it. What's given? If volcano is QPCENQX. Now how the word is related? We have first reversed the word and we have added 2 to every alphabet. Here we got the code. Now we need to find what is GIFKTH. Let's first reverse this. We get HTKFIG and then this time we are doing minus 2. So H minus 2 gives you F, T minus 2 gives you R, K minus 2 gives you I, F minus 2 gives you D, I minus 2 gives you G and G minus 2 gives you E. The treasure is here in the fridge and we got it. So actually coding means expressing something in a secret way so that when the message is transmitted, only the sender and the receiver are able to understand it. No one else is able to crack it. And what is decoding? It is to break the codes which are given by the sender so that the receiver easily understand what the sender wants to convey. Now there are different ways of coding. The first one is direct letter coding where we just replace the letters of the given word by random letters. And then if we have replaced the letters of the given word by following the certain pattern, it could be +1, +5, +6 every time with every alphabet, then we say that is letter coding. And the third one is number coding where we replace the letters of the given word with certain numbers. And what is substitution coding? It is by assigning some particular names to certain phrases and we are able to hide the things which should not be disclosed to public, but only the receiver and the sender are able to connect with each other and communicate properly. That's what is done in scientific coding, right? Now we'll look at this example. So in a certain language, Madras is written as NBESBT. Here we need to see that how this word is converted and we could see that M plus 1 gives you N, A plus 1 gives you B, D turns to E, R is followed by S and then B comes after A and S is followed by T. So every time we have added +1, +1, +1 and you need to check that how are you going to write the code for Bombay. So what comes after B is C, O is followed by P, then comes M, M is followed by N, then we have B, B is followed by C, A is followed by B and after Y comes Z. So we have got CPNCBZ. Here we got the right answer. Now let's try more questions. Here the word fear is coded as IGSL. So here we have written the code for every alphabet of sphere, right? Then touch is coded as VBJMQ. So touch is written as VBJMQ. Now the question for you is, what is the code for read? Let's pick R, then E, A, C and H, and we create a code LGSMQ, and this is your right answer. Moving ahead, I have another question. In a certain code, we write solid as EJMPT. Now, when you check the coding, we have just reversed the word and +1 is done. S turns to T, O turns to P, L turns to M, I turns to J and D turns to E. That means we have reversed, and every time after reversing, +1 is done to create this code. So to write the code for urgent, the first thing you have to remember is reversing the word and +1. So U is followed by V, V comes at the end, R is followed by S, S comes here, G is followed by H, E is followed by F, N is followed by O and T is followed by U. So your code becomes UOFHSV, and here we got the right option as B. Understood? So it's very interesting, very tricky, and your brain opening activity, and it will turn you to a scientist. So you will start thinking beyond your thoughts, and you'll start coding and sharing your thoughts and feelings with your friends using your codes, and you will do decoding when your friend is sending you some code to read. So that will make you a wonderful translator as well. Now one more interesting question, where we are not using alphabets or numbers to code, but we are using some special characters. So boy is written as @ hashtag and $. Similarly, R is written as %, hashtag and followed with asterisk mark. The question is, how is Ruby written? So we write the code for boy. This is coming here, and when you read R, we have H for %, O is already written, U is represented by and sign, and R for this asterisk sign. Now to write Ruby, R is replaced with asterisk, U is replaced with and, B is replaced with this @ and Y is replaced with $. So here comes your code, asterisk and $, and your right answer is A. Understood? Now we have more questions based on what you have learned. But remember, the same pattern doesn't follow everywhere. You have to do a little of mental exercise and think it very carefully. So it's going to improve your visual understanding also, along with your mathematical tricks, along with your thinking capacity. Just start reading the question and see what pattern is followed, and based on the pattern of the given code, you are going to crack all the codes which I have created for you. And there we have more questions where different languages are created. We write confused with certain thing that's really looking confusing, but don't get confused. And here you have to write the code following the pattern for the word secluded. So your time to do this, and by doing it, we are going to turn into smart and intelligent child who is going to outshine as a brilliant brain.